What's good, guys? It's me, Rohit. We're out here at Pacifica with my boy Torin.
What's up?
And Sohan. I got two bikes here. We got a Commencal Supreme V5 that I'll be trying out today.
It's mine, by the way. Yeah, mine. Yeah.
Only difference between these two bikes is it has a dual crown. Both bikes have similar chainstays because this is a size small. That's a medium. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go take up these two bikes. We're gonna hit up some jumps and some tech and see which bike does better in each scenario. We're just gonna walk up the bikes and just have fun. So let's head up right now. All right, so we're at the top right now. I am wearing my flat pedal shoes. These are the ones I used to wear back in the day, but I also got my clip-in shoes in that bag there, so I could ride this bike more efficiently and more safe. So I'm gonna wear my flat pedal shoes and ride the bike down the tree line, drop it off, walk back up and get the Commencal. I have a feeling that this is a very bad idea, but oh my God. This feels so unnatural. Okay. Sleep the bike here. We'll let the bike chill here. Let someone come down and we'll start from back here again. Yeah, I'll take that. Oh shit, not my case. Dude, the gears are fucking skipping. Dude, all the middle gears are like skipping. It's like, it's fucking weird. What? All the middle gears are like fucking skipping. It feels so bad. Oh shit. What? Look what happened here.
Oh, bruh.
Okay, we might have a problem.
Broken. Put it in the high gear. It's fine. Sit down.
I'll put in the high gear. Yeah. See if that helps.
Go 2 after 4. Yeah. Yeah. 10 or 2. And then.
Seems like we're stuck in this gear ratio, 6 and 7.
Just all the way.
Yeah. All right. This feels natural.
Not low speed.
You do both. Do both. Let me just max out this. Shit. Oh God. Oh shit. That was scary. I need to be in a lower gear. This thing feels very limiting on the jumps, but we'll go for round 2. Holy f, dude, the chain just popped out. Huh? Chain just popped out again.
Hit 6.
Oh yeah. Oh!
Whoa!
Bro, if you know anyone who has like a multi-tool that's coming over, like. All right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go hike all the way back up to the start of the whole line because I know for a fact they put some tools there and some pumps. So I'll try to find some stuff there. If I don't, then probably gonna ditch the video idea. This thing is genuinely dangerous to pedal around now. Hey there. Do you have a multi-tool? My friend's bike is kind of messed up. Oh, yeah. I need the bead tension tightened. Oh, the bead tension's like very loose. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is my friend's bike and he doesn't ride it that much. Thank you so much, sir. Have a good one. All right, we're back in action. Woo! This bike is kind of hard to jump on with the smaller stuff. Yeah, Torin. I fixed it up. I fixed it. Okay, so with the bead tension fully fixed and with me kind of bringing these levers closer, we're gonna see if we can go through the whole jump line. I think I will, but after this I'll give you guys my honest thoughts of how it jumps and then we'll go back to the Devinci when put on my clip pedals. Why the fuck am I not shifting? Oh! Dude, this is like high cortisol simulator. I'm like dead man sailoring all these jumps here. Okay, that kind of scared the living out of me. I thought I was gonna eat shit. Luckily I did not, but they definitely changed something up here. I'm gonna drop in a few more times on this bike, kind of see if I can like kind of throw some steez on some of the upper jumps. If not, then we'll swap back to the Devinci. Yeah, Torin! Whoa! Oh! Oh my God, what was that? All right, I'll just hit 7, and then I'll like scope out the lip because I don't know if they changed it or not. All I'll say is that this bike corners very nicely. I will hit it. Yeah, cut. All right, I finished up some riding on the Commencal. I kind of got a feel of it, and I have a pretty good feeling of what I know from the bike and how much I like it on certain stuff. So next up, we're gonna go take off my flat pedal shoes, put some clip pedal shoes on, and ride my Devinci. And we're gonna see if the Devinci is better or worse. We're back at my baby, the bike I'm most familiar with. What's funny is that this is a size medium, and I feel like this is a size extra small now, even though these two bikes have the same exact wheelbase. For now though, we're gonna drop in and see how the bike rides and if it's better or worse. Oh my gosh! Ah! Wow! First thing I noticed is that the front end is much lighter, and that should be expected because a downhill bike has a dual crown fork, which is like really heavy, and my Enduro bike has a single crown fork, which is lighter. Probably need like 2 to 3 runs to get used to it, then we'll be back. Whoa! Oh, it's dusty! Oh, yo! What the fuck? Following my twin brother. Oh, shit. I'm gonna try something I've not done in a long time. Actually, something I've never done in my life. And that is doing a 1-footer on a jump with clips. Because back in my peak, I was doing 1-footers, steez and all that shit. And I wanna see if I could do the same on flat pedals, or clip pedals. Oh, I got that for sure. Oh, that was the biggest f***ing whip I've ever seen from Sohan. Yo, yeah. Okay, so just to make this test fair, we are gonna ride a fast section because all we've been riding today are jumps, tight jumps, like stuff like this, the step up, and other factors that kind of correlate to steep jumps and stuff. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna film going down the ender and film just chunking stuff. That way we can see, is it really, does one bike actually exceed other areas, or is it just personal preference and or are both bikes the same? That's what we're trying to find out. F***ing SRAM, bro. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna ride this fast section. We're gonna see which of the two bikes handle all the fast, rough stuff more efficiently and in a more like durable way. So we're gonna ride the Commencal first because I have the flat pedal shoes on, and then we'll swap to the Devinci, and then we'll ride more. Wow. Oh, that was good. Alright guys, we just got back from the trails. I gave the Commencal back to Torin, and now, since I'm back home, I can explain how I personally felt about both the bikes. The two main things I'm going to point out in this video are jumps, specifically steep and mellow jumps, and fast trails. After I explain both of those stuff, I'll tell you guys which I think is better for the average rider. Before I do explain all this stuff, I'm going to point out a few things. First of all is that the compression and rebound on both bikes were set up pretty similar. So they were both set up in a middle setting area. So the rebound was sort of fast and the compression was sort of light. So both bikes had a pretty linear fast feeling. The Commencal was running both RockShox and SRAM, while my own personal bike was running Fox and Shimano. They're not exactly the same, but I wanted to make the test fair because I don't want to get any haters in the comments and stuff. Also, this video is completely fucking subjective. There are going to be some riders that are going to like the downhill bike more in some certain scenarios. Some will like the Enduro bike in other scenarios. So this video is not me objectively saying that one bike is better than the other, but this is just me saying what I feel like is best for myself, not you guys. But I'll be giving you guys general feedback of what I personally think is the best for you guys. One more thing I want to point out is that I'm not fully used to riding with that setup because my old Trek Slash had a Charger 2.1 damper. I'll try to not let the suspension and the drivetrain affect my opinion on the frame and how it was designed to ride. First thing we're going to talk about is the jumps, because that's what we filmed mostly on for this whole video. Looking back at the clips, you can see that I was a bit stiffer on the Commencal. I felt like I was sort of dead man sailing each jump and it was a bit sketchy. Part of that is because I was trying to get used to the bike as quick as possible and also get used to flats as quickly as possible. But at the same time, I was also... My biggest takeaway is that the Supreme feels very, very fun to jump with on smaller, more mellower jumps. Actually, my biggest takeaway is that the downhill bike felt much better on more mellower, faster jumps. Stuff that I could just squash and just stay low to the ground. The main reason because of this was because the suspension design of a downhill bike is meant to stay to the ground. So when you're actively trying to squash jumps, especially jumps that are very mellow, frame feels much more lively and active, and it kind of sets you up for the next feature, which I really appreciate in some areas. But the biggest caveat from today was the big steep jumps, specifically the 6th jump on the jump line that we were hitting today. I felt like I was either going to case really bad or overshoot, and you can see in the video I did both, so that's not a really good thing. With my Enduro bike, everything felt way more natural. I felt safer coming into the jump, and I felt like I could spot the landing more easily, and I felt that I had more control over where I wanted to land, and I wasn't really a dead sailor. On steeper jumps, I felt like the Devinci shined because I felt like I could come into the lip, pop on the lip, spot where I wanted to land, and just land naturally. This helped a lot because I felt like I could pop more tricks, throw my foot out even when it was clipped in. So I felt like this is a really big factor with an enduro bike, how small the frame is to some extent. Honestly, I have not much negatives to say about the enduro bike. Wait, actually, I really have nothing else to say negative about the enduro bike. It just felt natural. All I'll say is that the enduro bike felt predictable enough to just go off jumps, and I'll leave it there. Now, real talk, I think the only time a downhill bike is worth it for a person like me is if my local was North Star, or I had a big backyard with some big ass jumps, just stuff that I could just fly off on. Other than that, if I don't have that shit, then I felt like the enduro bike was much more better for jumps specifically. And yeah, I'll leave jumps there for now. Let's move on to fast trails. This is a hard ass video to make. Holy shit. Okay, let's just start with the fucking positives because I don't know what else to say. The bike felt very calm and planted down some areas, and I felt like I could lean into corners and just trust the bike completely, even when the trails got kind of sketchy. That's my only positive. I don't have anything else to really say about that because you guys already know that downhill bikes are more durable and just generally more planted and forgiving on very chunky stuff. For negatives, bike did feel pretty lethargic on certain fast sections where I felt like pumping would have been way easier and much better for me specifically. As a person who is 115 pounds with almost full gear, I felt like the heaviness of the bike and the more planted-like feel of a downhill bike was kind of pulling me back a little bit. But other than that, I felt like the downhill bike exceeded my expectations like quite a bit. My Devinci, on the other hand, felt very snappy and playful, opposite to what the downhill bike was like. The enduro bike just felt more active and more willing to pump on certain trails and areas, and I felt like I could scrub much more easily and trust the process of riding a trail down. The downhill bike is obviously a fuck ton better if you're riding proper downhill tracks like North Star, Whistler, Skyline in New Zealand, or even Enduro, wherever the fuck it is. Like, it excels in areas where you need to just full commit, go no brakes, lean to corners, and just pull and pray on stuff. And it gives you all of this confidence and stuff just from the frame feel. But for me, living in the San Francisco Bay Area, I feel like the enduro bike fits my riding style the most because I am more of a jumper and a playful, poppy person. And I feel like with the bike that's more versatile, I can kind of be creative on the trail, which is why it's the main reason why I like the enduro bike so much. Yes, I am sacrificing plow stability, but it is something that I'm willing to sacrifice because if you think about it, having a bike that's only meant for plowing down very loose rocks in jagged terrain, you're gonna lose all that fun and creativity that you can get from a enduro bike or even a all mountain bike. You're just gonna lose all that playful feeling and just the love for being creative on the bike. So for me personally, I'm sticking to an enduro bike, and I really have no regrets saying that. For the average rider, I would say the same thing, except there's one caveat. If you are a local near or next to a bike park and all you do is just ride the bike park, the downhill bike is definitely for you because if you have locals that are just go up and down with the chairlift or just hike up and then ride down and just do tons of free ride shit, the downhill bikes are much better for you. And a matter of fact, you might have more fun on that bike. If you're just a local shredder that is trying to just have fun on all types of terrain and jumps and tech stuff, the enduro bike is much better because it's much more versatile, and you will have drawbacks, but I think the drawbacks are worth it. If I could own one bike, it will still be my Devinci, not because I'm biased, but it just suits my standards much more than the downhill bike. So I hope you guys enjoyed this style of content. I'm trying to move away from more vlogs to more education-focused videos. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what I could do better. And for now, it's peace, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So catch you later.